Hey folks, picture this. You're cruising down some forgotten back road at dusk. The kind where the trees claw at the sky, and your rig's humming like it's got 9 lives left in the tank. But here's the gut punch: most of these shiny new SUVs rolling off lots today. They'll be rusting hulks by the time your grandkids hit driving age. Electronics fried. Plastics cracking like cheap promises. Me, I've chased that rumble since I was knee-high to a carburetor, wrench in hand, elbow deep in grease under my old man's 72 Scout, and I'm here to spill it. There's one beast from the golden era that'll bury 'em all. Tougher than a $2 steak, and I ain't naming it till the end. Stick with me, cause if you're like us, gearheads, over at Rusty Rumbleware, we chase the soul of the machine, not the mileage rating. This ride's gonna feel like that first drag on a forbidden smoke. Let's roll. Man, remember when SUVs weren't just glorified minivans on steroids? Back when they were born from war rigs and farm trucks, built to laugh at mud, snow, and whatever hell you threw at them. We're talking the 60s through the 90s, when metal was thick as a politician's lies, and engines didn't quit unless you made M. No turbo nonsense, just raw iron lungs that'd outlast your mortgage. I've hauled hay in M-forded creeks that'd swallow a Prius, and yeah, even raced a few down dusty drags where the cops were too busy to care. These they're the immortals, the ones that make you wonder why we ever traded grit for gadgets. We'll weave through M like a rally stage: stories first, specs second, heart always. Kicking off with the granddaddy, the 1966 Ford Bronco. Oh baby, this squat little firecracker was Ford's middle finger to suburbia, born when Lee Iacocca said, "Screw sedans. Give me something that eats Jeeps for breakfast." Picture it, 4.7-liter, straight six, growling like a cornered bobcat, live axles flexing over boulders like they're made of rubber. I once saw a 167 model, barn fresh tow, a boat through a blizzard that grounded semis. Values, sky high now, $50,000 easy for a clean one. But back then, $3K bought immortality. It's why the new Bronco S, just a poser. This original S got that boxy charm that turns heads, and it'll hit 300K miles without a whimper. Compare it to today's crossovers. Those unibody toys crumple like tinfoil. The Bronco's body and frame laughs it off. Sliding into second, the International Harvester Scout from '61. Hell, this predates the Bronco by 5 years. The unsung hero of the off-road boom. My uncle had an 84-speed manual, optional V8 that could split logs if you aimed wrong. Built by tractor guys. So durability, baked in. It'd haul a family, a camper, or your regrets across the Rockies, with that funky rounded nose screaming adventure. Fun fact, over 500K made, but good ones go for $20,000 now, cause they don't bend. They just dent and keep grinning. Off the wall, but ever hear how Scouts got diesel swaps from Nissan? Rare as hen's teeth, but one ran my cousin's ranch till the cows came home. 400K on the clock. New rigs wish they had that spine. Number 3. Jeep Cherokee XJ 84, vintage, the one that redefined affordable apocalypse machine. AMC's last gasp before Chrysler swallowed stuffing a 4.0-liter inline-6 under the hood that sipped regular and spat torque like a dragon. Unibody, yeah, but tough as nails. I've seen M-frame deep in river mud, emerging like swamp things with the engine purring. History nugget, it saved Jeep from bankruptcy, sold $1 million a year. Grab one for $5,000, drive it forever. Versus modern Jeeps. Those Grand Cherokees guzzle premium and whine about potholes. The XJ just shrugs and asks for more. Now, for the Toyota Land Cruiser 80 series. 9297, Toyota's tank and SUV clothing. Straight out of the land of the rising sun, where reliable means until the sun burns out. 4.5-liter straight six or V8. Full time for WD that'd climb Everest in heels. I crossed the Mojave in a 95 once. AC busted, and it didn't flinch. Tang hit 120, but that beast towed my trailer like it was a toy. Priced at $15,000 used, but collectors pay double for low. Surprise, it birthed the Lexus LX, but the cruiser's roar, rowdier soul shines through. Today's SUVs, electrified fluff. This one's analog poetry. Lockers engaging with a satisfying thunk. 5. Chevrolet K5 Blazer, 67 to 91. GM's answer to the Bronco, but meaner lifts the top off, and it's a convertible pickup on steroids. 350 V8 rumbling like thunder, towing 7,000 pounds without breaking a sweat. Storytime, my buddy's 79 survived a rollover in the desert, popped back up, and limped 50 miles home. Values climbing to $30,000 for customs, but stock ones are steals. Insight, those square 80s ones. Underrated gems with wood grain sides that scream 80s excess. New blazers, crossover couch potatoes. The K5's a wolf in sheep's clothing. 6. Mercedes-Benz G-Class, the 79 Geldaugan. Not your mall crawler, this wolf in wool, built for the German army. 3 locking diffs that'd make lesser rigs cry uncle. 3.0-liter diesel, inline 5, indestructible as a bunker. I test drove a 90 once. It felt like driving a safe. $40,000 gets you in, but it'll outlive your bloodline. Wild claim. Pope John Paul II rocked one talk about divine off-roading. Modern Jeep wagons. $150K bling boxes. The old one's purer, a time machine with doors that thunk like vault lids. 7. Land Rover Defender, 9090s shorty. British Bulldog with a soul coil springs dancing over ruts. Aluminum body that laughs at rust. 3.9-liter V8 optional, but the 200 TDI diesel. Bulletproof, 300K mile legends. My Euro trip in a 95 conquered Scottish Highlands like it was a stroll. $25,000 now, rising fast. Twist, it inspired the Discovery, but the Defender's the wild uncle. New Defenders. Softened for soccer moms. This one's for souls who chase horizons. 8. Nissan Patrol, Y60, 87 to 97. The forgotten samurai coil-sprung, live axles. 4.2-liter inline-6 diesel that sips and hauls. Aussie Outback King, towing caravans through Nullarbor nothingness. Snag one for $10,000. It'll eclipse your odometer, Nugget. Inspired the Armada, but Rower. Versus new Nissans. CVT headaches. Patrol's manual purity endures. 9. International Travelall. 60s barn find special. Pre-Scout, the original family hauler V8 power. Woody sides like a station wagon on roids. Towed, my first trailer at 16, never let me down. $15,000, rarities now. Surprise, it predates Suburbans in size. Modern vans, plastic. This is heirloom iron. 10. The hidden gem, I've been teasing the 1989 Jeep Grand Wagoner. Yeah, that wood-paneled luxury liner with a 5.9-liter V8. That'd embarrass a muscle car. Carbureted Fury, full-time for WD interior plusher than your grandma's couch. But don't sleep frame like battleship steel, outlasting floods and folly. I restored one last winter. 250,000 miles, still tight. $20,000 steals it, but it'll bury any new luxury SUV's electronics. Why? 'Cause it's the bridge old school guts. New world comfort, the one that proves not all progress is forward. Q. What a convoy. These relics aren't museums. They're time capsules reminding us cars were meant to conquer, not commute. If you're itching to hunt one down, hit the comments what's your unbreakable ride. Smash that like if you're team analog. Sub for more grease-stained gospel. Share with a buddy before their lease expires. But chew on this as you drift off, in a world racing to electric oblivion. Which old warrior would you bet your last dollar lasts the apocalypse? Drive safe. Dream dirty. See you on the blacktop.